Kenya Tobacco Control Alliance uses various strategies, and the strategies depend on who the target audience is, or the kind of communication, rather message that you want to pass. For instance, when we are talking about the members of parliament, because most of our advocacy is to influence policy, meaning that we are targeting policymakers, members of parliament, and different people within government.
This thing is expensive. A vape pen is expensive. An e-cigarette is expensive. All those are nicotine delivery systems. You get? The moment you fail to raise money to buy a vape pen, your economic status has gone down. What will you go for? The cheapest source of...
First of all, communication is the backbone of everything that advocacy is all about, because if you don't do communication properly, the advocacy effort sort of becomes futile. And the Kenya Tobacco Control Alliance, mainly when it focuses on its advocacy agenda, the idea is to influence policy. So the kind of strategies that we employ as an organization varies, because we use different media channels to pass our messages.
So the only way watu wanaweza ku-advise endo kunywa pombe. Unaonanga venye watu kunywa pombe wanaambiwa ati kunywa pombe itarelieve stress.
Since the advocacy agenda is to influence policy, we employ different strategies, which includes direct communication with the members of parliament, where we sort of find them in different places, and we sort of try to engage them in terms of the policy that we'd like to pass across. Secondly, we also do official communiques to the members of parliament, different committees. Yeah, like for instance, the other day we were pushing for taxes on tobacco products. So there is this sitting committee that was actually working on the budget. So the idea was to pass our official communique to this committee, as we also did the same in our memoranda. The other strategy that we also use is more or less an indirect one, where we work within the National Assembly. We have members of parliament who are already allies in tobacco control. So through these members of parliament, we are able to reach out to various other members of parliament and various committees, just to make sure that our agenda has been passed. The other thing that we also do is the media. The media becomes a very important tool for passing this message. So we do have media briefs, press conferences, and we also do press releases, yeah, for that matter, just to pass our message across.
So tobacco industry usually has innovative ways to lure young people. So sahi utapata wako na flavored products.
We also understand that within the policy maker setup or ecosystem, we have members of parliament who are tech savvy. So we also try to use the new media, which means social media, where we do several campaigns depending on the kind of message you want to pass. We also try to do email campaigns, where we try to reach out to various members of parliament with our messaging. The other thing is we also understand that the members of parliament also listen to their constituents. So one of the strategies that we also employ is working with various groupings within the society, women groups, the youth groups, faith-led organizations and stuff like that, so that they may be able to reach to these members of parliament, because they are reachable at the constituency level. So we also work with these sort of groupings to be able to reach to our members of parliament, because the idea is, how do we get the members of parliament to know the kind of advocacy message or advocacy agenda that we have? What kind of influence do they want them to have them on the policy?
Blood inakuja ina pump, heart inagonga, damu inapita, but inapata kwa hii mshipa ya damu kuna clots. Na kwanza smoking ina accelerate kunakuwa na hizo clots kabisa, such that the oxygen can't reach your heart. Ndio unapata mtu anakuwa na strokes.
The community effort has been very positive. We'll just take a simple example. Back in the early years of KETCA's formation, 2006, coming all the way to about 2020, when WHO was introducing the alternative farming for tobacco farmers, we've seen a huge, a promising response from farmers. Having over 1,000 farmers migrating from tobacco growing to the other economically viable alternative is not a mean feat. The other thing that we can also associate with the response is the members of public are now aware. And back to the question that we are talking about, misinformation. In very many occasions, we've seen the members of the public tackling the misinformation by themselves, owing to the information that they've always received from our advocacy campaigns and from the information that we've largely shared. Thirdly, we also see, even within the policy making spectrum, we've seen members of parliament also associating with the messaging that we share, particularly when it comes to pushing for the tobacco control agenda. Looking at the health, we have various members of parliament who can actually allude to having interacted with our advocacy agenda, and for that matter, they are also supporting the tobacco control agenda.
Many research that have been conducted on cigarette and tobacco, it has been found out to have more than 4,000 chemicals. Yeah. So from these chemicals, a good percentage are known to be carcinogenic. We all understand what that means. Carcinogenic means it has like high likelihood of causing.
We're looking at members of parliament like Rachel Nyamai, who turned out to be a very strong champion for tobacco control. We're talking about Dr. Nyikal, who's been there over the years, and he's our champion in the house. We are also looking at even faith-based organizations that are also associating and actually taking up the tobacco control agenda to a greater height. And this we owe it to KETCA's effort when it comes to the issues of coordination. You know, KETCA is, as an umbrella organization, sort of tries to bring in different organizations, faith-based, student-led, and all that. And through that, we are able to reach different other organizations, and we're able to see positive response.